Hey, thank you for watching. This is Patrick Olive. I'm the Executive Director of PunkTorah, and this is a video about our State of the Union. So we had an event last night that was Tuesday, October 23rd, 2012, where I basically laid out what the past year has been like for PunkTorah, and we engaged on oneshul.org about what people might be interested in, what some of the changes need to be, things like that. Now, I know that not everyone was able to come to the event. Some people posted online some of their thoughts. I've received a few emails today from people who are interested in getting more involved in the dialogue, and I wanted to put that out to everyone on YouTube as well. This is a quick video basically to talk about everything that we talked about last night for people who couldn't make it. So we've had a lot of changes. Obviously, when we started as an organization, we had 2 full-time people. We had an executive director, that was my position. We also had a creative director. We have since transitioned to only having 1 head administrator full-time, and the creative work has been done by the volunteers in the community. Now, that's a terrific thing because what it means is that more people are getting involved. Of course, volunteers can't do everything that a full-time person can, so we've had to make some adjustments there. But it has been incredibly successful. We've had tons of great ebooks that have come out, podcasts, blogs. I'm excited to say that PunkTorah.org, in terms of blogging capability, is entirely volunteer-ran now. I put my blog up, but other than that, everything else is volunteer-ran. At OneShul, we have lots of new leaders. Obviously, we have leaders that we've had in the past, like Katsira, who's been with us for a very long time. But we've developed a new crop of new leadership, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's thrilling to have new leaders. We've also changed the websites around. We've updated the OneShul site and the PunkTorah site. We took New Kosher, which was a domain we used to have. We've now folded that into PunkTorah. And if you go on PunkTorah.org and oneshul.org, you'll see how branding-wise we've stuck with the same motif, which is the burnt orange, black and white and gray. And I think it's a terrific look. Everyone seems to really like it. We've simplified both websites. So now when you go on the PunkTorah website, you don't have to click on a bunch of things. OneShul, you go right on the main page and it's ready for you. Of course, we're always looking for new ways to change, and we need more technical help to do that, but I'm very thrilled with what we've accomplished in this year. In terms of budget, because we didn't have 2 full-time employees, we were able to cut the budget. This was fantastic because this meant that we had a lot more flexibility. It was easier for us to fundraise and to be able to pay for our budget. Our budget for last year was about $42,000. This next year it'll be $50,000 if everyone here approves. And so that's how we get into the next series, which is the changes going into the next year. Obviously, I've been in rabbinical school, and in July of next year, I will be a rabbi. So that's going to change the organization a lot. We will be moving from an entirely lay-led, give or take the fact that we do have rabbis, and obviously we have a member of Kohenet who leads in our community, but from an administrative level, we've been entirely lay-led, to a community now that technically has a rabbi as leader. Now, I am a non-denominational leader. I'm not involved in a movement, and I have no plans to be involved with any movement at all, period. So nothing like that is going to change. But there is an obvious change that we go from entirely lay-led from an administrative level to rabbinically led. And so we're going to have to face some challenges there. Now, I think that there are some great opportunities in that. What I would like to see happen are a few things. First, I'd like to see OneShul offer a more streamlined formal education through e-learning technology like Blackboard or Moodle. It's the same technology that is used by universities. It's open source. We have developers who can help us with it if we can fundraise to meet that level of cost, which is going to be about $2,000. Of course, we have great content help with Rachel Esther from BecomingJewish.org. She's been creating a lot of content that can help us with that education process. As a rabbi, I will be able to perform conversions. So I'm very interested in how we can do conversions online. Now, in terms of conversions online, it would need to be just the educational component. The actual conversion ceremonies, the bet din, the mikveh, all of that would have to happen in a physical space. So we need to work on, as a community, how we want to see that happen. Would conversion candidates come to Atlanta, where our office is? Would it be more financially prudent for converts to pay for me to come to them? We're going to need to work that out, and we need your input. Another thing I'm interested in seeing us do, and we've launched this on Rosh Hashanah, local one shul communities. So we launched one in Atlanta, one shul Atlanta, and we want to launch these all over. This is a way of connecting the virtual with the physical through small chavurot. In order to do that, we need to cultivate more Jewish leaders, and that's why I see us developing a program which I'm calling right now our Darshan program. So a Darshan is a word for a preacher, a teacher, a person whose job it is to relate Torah to the everyday person. The rabbi in times past wasn't the person who gave the Devar Torah, it was the Darshan. So I see this title, this Darshan title, as something that we can breathe new life in, and could be the next leadership. I would say it's the post-rabbi model for Jewish leadership. This would be an online program similar to our conversion program. There would not need to be a physical coming together leadership aspect. It could be done entirely online. And you could learn everything. You could start from zero Jewish education to really having the foundations that are necessary for lay Jewish leadership in a physical community. These leaders, having learned Hebrew, chanting trope, studying Torah, how to give a Devar Torah, how to be involved in Jewish ritual life, Passover Seders, the whole thing, will be able to influence their local communities and to create one shul affiliated communities that would be run out of people's homes. We would also be able to provide some support through things like website design, graphic design, and marketing to help people who are interested in growing their communities, providing a lot of that backbone. It would be a subscription-based service, so after you finished with your education, you would then subscribe to the Darshan program, and then we would take over a lot of things like the website design and the graphics and marketing to try to help you to grow your community. Now, the thing about the Darshan program is that it would require a tremendous amount of work on the part of the lay leaders. You would have to do the prior learning. You would have to do the sort of guerrilla, on-the-floor marketing and promotion of your local community. You would have to plan events. You would have to have programs. So it's not something that we would run for you. We wouldn't just tell you, okay, there's 10 Jews in your community and now we're going to tell you what to do. It would be the responsibility of the local leader to really get some action going. But I think that this could be a great thing. In terms of the conversions, there's a lot of politics to that. I believe that our conversion candidates should have the highest level of Jewish education, and I foresee that there will be a tremendous number of conversion candidates who will then wind up getting involved in the Darshan program. I think once you give people a taste of Judaism, they end up just going for it. If it speaks to their heart, they will take it to who knows where. Now, the problem that comes with me becoming a rabbi is that that's going to put more responsibilities on me as an administrator. I'm going to be working on this conversion program. I'm going to be working on the Darshan program. Of course, there are going to be opportunities for me to do conversions for other people, to be doing weddings and funerals and baby naming ceremonies and things like that. So my time's going to be taken up a lot with that. So we're going to need more support. I believe that we need, at the very least, another part-time employee. This would be a person who could direct digital strategy, someone who knows WordPress, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of these other social media tools, Google Analytics, and also has a creative mind and who could help with that. If we have someone who is part-time, 20 hours a week, plus the amount of time off for all the necessary Jewish and secular holidays, we're looking at an increase of about $11,000 to our budget. So this is a very important thing to think about, is that increase in cost and how we're going to fundraise that. Speaking of that, we have to talk about how we fundraise. Our budget next year would be about $50,000 if we're able to get an extra employee. How are we going to raise that? Well, $20,000 comes from the community itself. It's very easy to get that help from the community. Everyone here who donates $5, $10, $20, $500, $1,000, we're able to do that up to $20,000. Now, beyond that, we have to have further help. So what I want to do is encourage you to step up. If you look at the number of people who utilize all of our different services, who download books, who listen to the podcast, who come to our website, who attend One Shul services, we're looking at a total of about 55,000 people, okay? But only about 100 people give on a regular basis. We need to grow that number dramatically, because then if only one person gave $1 at a time, we would fund our entire budget just from the community. So I'm encouraging you to step up. If you have never given to One Shul, if you've never given to PunkTorah, please do so, because it's the only way we're going to be able to fund what we need. $20,000 is about what we're able to raise on our own. I would like to see us double that number. If you're used to giving $5, give 10, give 20. You can do it, I promise. It's worth it. It is absolutely worth it. One of the things that will happen if we are able to double the amount of money that people give in their $5 and $10 donations is we won't have to charge as much for things like conversions and classes and things of that nature. So this is an absolutely ideal situation. It would be ideal that people would be able to just increase the amount that they give now, and that would pay for everything we need. If people could double how much they give, if those who have more can triple as much as they give, it would make a world of difference. So I would highly encourage you to do that. Now, last but not least, we really do believe in transparency, and that's why we had our event last night. That's why I'm speaking here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to know more about what we have going on, please send me an email. The email address is below. I promise that I will get back in touch with you within 48 hours. If it's the weekend, I will get back to you on Monday or Tuesday. So please contact me. Let me know what you want to see, what changes you want to make, because you're why PunkTorah exists. It's not me, it's not Rivka or Katsira or Sarah or any of the leaders at One Shul. It's not Jeremiah, it's not Casey, it's not all of us who volunteer. It's everyone else. We are humbly the leaders in this community. We do it with total humility, we do it out of total love, we do it out of total respect for you. So please get involved. Donate, volunteer. You have to. If you don't get involved in your community, the community will cease to exist. So that's the state of our union. I'd love to hear back from you. Again, Patrick at PunkTorah.org, and I look forward to furthering this conversation. Thank you.